Hey everyone, Kevin Lewis with Home Life Benchmark Titus Realty, and it's time for your August 2022 Fraser Valley Real Estate Market Update. July 2022 is come and gone, and with it we've seen the continuing trend that we've seen in the last several months of prices and sales numbers continuing to decline. July 2022 saw just under 1,000 sales processed in the board, which is coming in 40% below the 10-year average, 23% fewer than June 2022, and 40% fewer than just a year ago in July 2021. Now, once again, we've discussed this a few times as to why this is happening, and the main driver of this is most likely interest rates, and you can add in a little bit of buyer fatigue after having almost 2 continuous years of nearly record-breaking sales. We've seen the market really slow down over the summer, which is a typical thing to see over the summertime, as people would rather put their feet up and relax than to be all stressed out having their home for sale or be buying a home. So seeing a slowdown in the summer is not uncommon. However, that's why we compare to the 10-year average, and we're coming in for 40% below the 10-year average, which is a fairly substantial number to be as far as slow sales go for the month of July. But at the same time, with the trends we've been seeing for the last few months, it's really not all that surprising. Overall, the market has shifted towards much more to be closer to a buyer's market. However, technically the whole market is still a balanced market. But detached homes actually in the entire Fraser Valley came out at 11% sales to active listing ratio, which means for every 100 homes listed, only 11 detached homes were selling in the Fraser Valley. Now, the Fraser Valley Real Estate Board defines anything below 12% to be a buyer's market, anything from 12 to 20% to be a balanced market, and anything above 20% to be a buyer's market. We happen to have all three markets right now based on different sectors of the market. Detached homes at 11% are coming in as technically a buyer's market, and it really does feel like that in the detached home market sector, as we are seeing such a reduction in the number of sales that are happening, and it's taken much longer for the average home to sell as well. Townhomes are coming in at a balanced market around 18% sales to active ratio, which is what it kind of feels like in the market in reality as well. And condos, however, are actually still technically in a seller's market. However, the feel of it as being a seller would feel much closer to being more of a balanced market, maybe more even like a buyer's market in comparison to what we've been used to for the last few years. Now, of course, these numbers coming up as a seller's market, we have to recognize that for the last few years, we've had a sales to active ratio. We've had several months that have actually been above 100%, which means that we're selling all the new homes that get listed that month, as well as some of the homes that were listed the month prior. So when that was our sort of standard for a couple of years, that becomes what we feel as a bit of a normal type of market. However, seeing this great reduction where it's reduced quite a bit, we are still, like I say, technically in a seller's market for condos. However, it really doesn't feel like that. With the declining number of sales, we've also seen prices continue to decrease as well. Detached homes have actually come down an average of 10% compared to this peak in March 2022. However, from a year-to-year standpoint, we're still up 18% compared to July 2021. So the market has gone up and come back down, but we're staying relatively on par to where we would expect to be based on the interest rates. As interest rates go up, buyer affordability goes down, and buyers' monthly payments go up for less purchase price. So what we're seeing stability in is the actual monthly payments based on a 20% down payment as the interest rates continue to increase. I would suspect that prices will continue to decline, especially considering most of the forecasts are predicting another interest rate hike coming in September. Now, I often get asked, when's the best time to buy, when's the best time to sell? It really depends on you and what you're buying for. I always say the best time to move is when the time is right for you. And this is even more true if you're both going to be selling your existing home and buying into a new home, because the market becomes relative. So whatever decrease in price you're getting for the sale of your home, whatever you're buying into is also going to be decreasing as well. Now, this does change how quickly you might want to do things depending on whether you're upsizing or downsizing. But that's something that we'll deal with on a more personal level when we start making a unique plan for your needs. So if you are thinking about making a move, of course, be sure to reach out 604-218-5635. Leave me a comment below, send me an email message, whatever you want to do for that. Now, if you're looking to just buy, you may not have quite as much pressure from the market to purchase as you have more time, you have more selection, and prices are decreasing. Today's prices are probably higher than what they will be if you buy a very similar property a month from now. However, the counter to that is, again, the interest rates. If the interest rates go up a certain amount, you may be paying the same monthly payments that you would be even though you got the home for $30,000 less than if you had bought it today, kind of thing. So the whole relativity of it all becomes a question of whether you want to keep monthly payments the same, whether you want to lower the purchase price, which potentially gives you more room to build more equity if the market recovers, which I would suspect it will within the next year or two. However, that we do want to be aware of those interest rates. Now, if you're just looking to sell a home and not buy into it, now is also probably a better time than waiting. As we discussed, prices are decreasing. So if you're just selling a home and you got to sell it within the next year, you're more likely going to get more money today than you will a couple months out. However, this could change, as the market could change very quickly once again, as it did back in April and as it did back in February 2021 when things really took off. So we can speculate based on what we know, but anything could happen as far as that. But generally speaking, the advice I'm giving people who want to sell and not buy back in, sell sooner than later, as you will net a higher purchase price today than you likely will in a month due to the increasing interest rates. Like always, like I already mentioned, give me a call, 604-218-5635. Send me a text, send me an email, leave me a comment below. If you're thinking about making a move in the near future, I want to start making that plan for you sooner than later so that we can make the move as stress-free as possible. I look forward to hearing from you, and thanks for tuning in.